My name is Jay Alexander. I'm a self-taught breakdancer and acrobat. For the past 10 years, I've been fortunate enough to have the opportunity to travel all over the world, working for well-known companies like the Harlem Globetrotters, Norwegian Cruise Lines, and many other entertainment companies. Most of you guys know me from my YouTube series called The Ship Life, where I educate you guys and tell you what it's like working and living on cruise ships. Lately, I've decided that it's time for a change and that I will no longer be working on cruise ships. With that in mind, I've decided to go in a completely new direction with my YouTube journey. But before I do that, I've realized that a lot of you guys don't really know exactly who I am. So for this video, I want to take some time and explain to you guys just a little bit of history so that you guys can have at least some 411 about who I am and what direction I plan to take my channel. So, let's get started. Wow. So I actually just pulled these out of my closet a couple hours ago, and it's just so crazy to see that I actually used to wear these when I was a kid. Man, I don't even know what to say right now, but we'll talk about these in a minute. So like I said at the beginning of the video, guys, my name is Jay Alexander. Some of you guys may know me from my Ship Life series. But before I get into what this video is about, first and foremost, I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody, Happy Holidays, and I hope everybody's doing well. Now you guys are probably asking, why am I making a video for YouTube on Christmas Day? I probably got better things to do, right? I actually do, but I'm just waiting to go have dinner with my family. But in the meantime, I decided to make this video for two reasons, really. Number one, I have some dental surgery I have to do tomorrow, which honestly I'm not looking forward to, but I basically will be all swollen and whatnot for the foreseeable future, for like the rest of the year, so I really won't be able to talk. So this is like my last video of the year. And number two, like I said at the beginning of my video, I feel like you guys don't really know enough about me. Those of you guys that have been watching my videos since the very beginning only know that I, at some point, was working on cruise ships as a dancer doing some Broadway show. But there's a lot more to me than that. And honestly, with me not working on cruise ships anymore, I believe that it's time for me to go in a new direction with my channel, because I also believe that I have a lot more to offer you guys than cruise ship knowledge. But in order for me to do that, I think I need to just share a little bit more information just about myself, so that you guys can, maybe find some common ground with me. Maybe we can relate a little bit. Maybe we can form some kind of bond, because honestly, I feel like the people that watch my videos and support my channel, you guys mean the world to me. I would have never thought that people would actually like hearing me talk, because, I'm not gonna lie, I do talk a lot. But I feel like I have a story to tell, just like everybody else. Somebody once told me that everybody has a story, and your story, your personal story, isn't for you. It's for everybody else or whoever wants to listen, because everybody needs to find something to relate to. Everybody's going through some kind of struggle. Everybody's going through some kind of hardship. And it's important to find somebody that's kind of maybe going through something similar to what you're going through, because you feel like you're not so alone. So for this video, I just want to let you guys, just know some information about me. Nothing too crazy. It's not going to be super detailed, because honestly, it would be like an audio book right now. This would be literally a 3-4 hour long video if you guys knew from like start to finish, like where I started and where I am now. But I just want to kind of put out some plot points. If you guys want to know anything extra other than what I tell you in this video, just hit me up in the comments below as always, and I'll be more than happy to share my my life, But anyway, guys, so I'm going to tell you about myself, and then I'm going to tell you guys what my plan is for this channel moving forward. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I don't want to waste too much of your time for anybody that's watching. Like I said, guys, my name is Jay Alexander. My real name, my first name anyway, is Justin. And I'm 27 years old. My birthday is November 8th, 1992, and it's been a long ride for me. I just want to, clarify that I'm not some spoiled brat with a silver spoon in my mouth and I've had everything I've ever wanted. I understand that I've had the ability and the privilege and the opportunity to travel all over the world, but honestly, it came at a price, a very big price at that. Mainly being because, for those of you guys that watch my videos, I'm also a father. I became a father at 17 years old, and it's been a rough ride, before that, and especially ever since. But just going back, guys, just starting from the beginning, as you guys see that I had my leg braces, my Forrest Gumps down there. And you know, when I was born, I was basically I was born to a family of 5, and I had a twin brother named John, and have a twin brother named John, and both of us are born 3 months premature. And for those of you guys that don't know, for twins to be born that early, your chance of survival is I wouldn't say super low, but it's down there because there's just so many complications that you can deal with. You know, thankfully I was strong enough to pull through, both me and my brother, and you know, it wasn't exactly a smooth journey after that. I would have breathing problems growing up. I would have to be rushed to the hospital because I would just stop breathing out of nowhere. I actually have like a scar somewhere in this general vicinity. I'm not gonna, you know, pull my shirt up and show you guys because this is YouTube. I don't want to make this X-rated or anything like that, but it's somewhere in this area. But thankfully I don't have asthma or something crazy like that. When I was younger, I used to get migraines as well. Let's see, what else? That was my childhood for the most part. You know, it was just growing up in a family of, you know, with 5 kids, working class parents. Dad was a bus driver, mom worked in a post office, and that was it for the most part. We did what we could to survive. We ate a lot of soul food, I guess, you know, black-eyed peas, beans, fried chicken, that whole thing, you know, but it is what it is. My teenage years, my parents got a divorce my freshman year of high school, and that hit me hard because my mom kind of left for like a couple years, and you know, she took my sisters, and it was just, you know, myself and my twin brother with my dad, and you know, it was hard for a little while. It actually affected me in a lot more ways than I'm willing to admit, but I pushed through it. Through the stress, I found breaking, you know, breakdancing, and it changed my entire life. Saw some dancers at Clearwater Beach, and honestly, at the time, I thought that I could possibly use it to pay for college. And man, y'all hear that? Sorry, there's a motorcycle outside. But I thought I could use it to pay for college, and you know, I ended up falling in love with it because it basically ended up being like my outlet through all the stress that I was going in my life. Now, I know it sounds silly thinking that I could use breakdancing to pay for college, but to be honest, my mom always told me that college was expensive and you can't just go, you have to pay for it. So, you know, I saw it as an option. To be honest with you guys, my whole life I only wanted 2 things growing up. I wanted to travel because I wanted to see the world. I wasn't part of one of those families that was fortunate enough to take summer vacations to Paris or whatever. I'd go to my hometown Chicago every now and then, and that was it, really. We drive there too. We never took a plane or anything like that. So, you know, for me, I wanted to travel, and I wanted to be a marine biologist. That was my dream. I wanted to work with killer whales, of all things. I know it sounds crazy, but I was obsessed with this movie Free Willy when I was a kid, and to me, it was just like something that I had to do, and I was obsessed. But you know, so I used breaking again, and it just ended up becoming my outlet. And then in between that, I just never wanted to be home. And my girlfriend at the time, who eventually became my son's mom, spent a lot of time with her. That's honestly a really, really long, complicated, crazy story in itself. Maybe I'll tell you guys one day if you want to hear it. But if not, cool, whatever. But you know, one thing led to another, and you know, 14, 15, 16, it was honestly weird to think about, but her parents let me stay the night and whatnot, and we never really talked about the adult things that could go down. It's just kind of, we were left to do whatever, and I know it's my responsibility. I should have been, you know, more responsible, but I wasn't, you know what I mean? And like I said, it's a long story in itself, but it's just complicated. But that alone just caused so much stress. And my senior year of high school, I became a dad, and that became even more stressful. Tried to work it out and just caused a bunch of problems. My son's mom ended up getting me into a bunch of fights, got me jumped one time, even tried to have me falsely arrested, marked herself up and called the police, told the police I hit her, and I was in handcuffs. But thankfully, it was just a bunch of things that happened that day that caused me to not get arrested, thankfully. And you know, that changed my life. After that, it was like that was kind of like a pivotal moment in my life where I told myself that I need to do what I need to do to build my life. It was actually a cop that told me this, you know, And like I said, I won't tell this exact story because it's a long one and a long, complicated story at that. But the cop sat me down and told me that I need to build my life, and he wasn't wrong. So that's when I started traveling, not so much, but maybe just out of the state here and there for competitions. And then I auditioned for this theme park, Busch Gardens, which is also owned by SeaWorld. Got a job there, and I started realizing that a job dancing, or just a life dancing, was possible. From there, it was a long road. I became homeless at one point, just trying to be the struggling artist. Became homeless, applied for the Harlem Globetrotters, got the job later on, and worked my way up from there. Became a stage manager for the Harlem Globetrotters, youngest they ever had. Became a tour manager for the Globetrotters, youngest they ever had. And I was with them for about 6 years, traveling all over the world, over 30 countries with them. And honestly, that was probably at one point one of the greatest points of my life. I had never been on a plane prior to that, and they were just flying me out all over the place, and it was the greatest experience of my life until a certain point when I became an international tour manager. That in itself is also a very, very, very long, complicated story, which again, if you guys want to know about the Harlem Globetrotters and why I ended up quitting and how it was out there, which was honestly a lot crazier than working on cruise ships, I'd be more than happy to tell you guys. But long story short, on that note, I ended up eventually quitting with the Harlem Globetrotters after almost getting arrested in Romania, some terrorist activity, blah, 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 some miscommunication on the Globetrotters end, and I left. Eventually ended up getting found on Facebook by Norwegian Cruise Lines, got the job there, which eventually led me to where I am now. But like I said, guys, I don't want to go too detailed because this will be an extremely long video. But I just want to put out some plot points so you guys can kind of understand where I come from and know that I don't just come from this life where I was just kind of had my dance studio time paid for and then college paid for and all this other good stuff. It's just been a long road, stressful road at that, and I still deal with a lot of stress to this day. But basically, guys, I just want to get around to what I have planned for this channel. Like I said, guys, plenty of times in this video, and I say it in my videos all the time, I really enjoy traveling, and I love seeing other cultures, especially being from the US. You realize how young of a country America is, and I've seen so many things, and it's changed my life, honestly, forever. I have a hard time relating to people here sometimes because a lot of people can be very close-minded, and that honestly sets the stage for what I want to do with my channel moving forward. Like I said, I have a lot more to offer you guys, and honestly, I want to help you guys as far as like travel. Those who believe that it's too expensive, that it's impossible, it's not. I'm not rich by any means, but I have found loopholes and travels and tricks of the trade. So moving forward, I'm gonna be talking with you guys about that. We'll be having live talks, just in between these filler episodes. I want to do episodes where I travel, maybe do like some Airbnb reviews, because I've been to some pretty cool Airbnbs around the world. I've been in like an igloo Airbnb, I've been in a treehouse Airbnb, and from what I understand, there's a lot more around the world that I want to check out that are a fraction of the price of a hotel. So I want to do that, maybe do some silly stuff in between that, some challenges, maybe survive in London on like $50 or something like that, just to keep things interesting. Just to show you guys that it's possible to travel without spending $1 million. I think that it's very, very important for people to see the world, because when you see better, you want to do better. And I want to set that stage for myself, for my son, just for anybody else that wants to be involved in that as well. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but trust me when I tell you guys that it's all in here somewhere. I know I may be a little all over the place, but I think it's going to work. I have a plan just to hopefully inspire people, maybe even at least one person. I know, at least judging by like my comments in the past year from other people, I've helped a lot of people, that are going to work on cruise ships, that want to work on cruise ships. But like I said, I want to offer more to you guys. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys found this video entertaining, enjoyable, inspiring, or you got something out of it. I have more videos coming up in 2020, but I just wanted to make this video real quick. Like I said, this is my last video of the year. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you guys are going into 2020 with a very, very good, solid plan. Just keep in mind, guys, that bad habits don't get erased; they get replaced, and everybody can do great things. It doesn't matter who you are; it doesn't matter where you come from. But with that being said, guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. I hope everybody's doing well. You guys take care. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year, all that other good stuff, and you guys take care.